Hey, Spiritual Girls in a Material World with Kelly Sullivan Walden and Nancy T starts now.
Welcome to Spiritual Girls in a Material World, where we celebrate the bling, the ka-ching, and the mystical in everything.
That's right.
Yay! All right, and today, so I'm Kelly S.W., and this is Nancy T. I'm really Kelly Sullivan Walden. I don't call myself Kelly S.W., but Nancy calls herself Nancy T. Okay, we have a really hot topic today, so we're going to just get right to it.
Yeah.
And it's called, isn't there a song that goes with it? Nat King Cole and Natalie Cole sang it?
Unforgettable.
Yes, undisturbable in every way. So
at all.
oh God. All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about being undisturbable. And all right, here's the long story short. I was at church listening to the amazing Michael Beckwith talking about how when we are disturbed, it's like, all right, the opposite of being disturbed is being spiritually connected, which means basically you're hooked up, you're plugged in, and there can be all kinds of chaos breaking loose around you. But because you're connected, you're peaceful, you're calm. And if you do engage in any way, you do it from a place of being a solution to the problem as opposed to adding more chaos on top of the chaos. By the way, your hair looks super cute today.
Thank you.
You're disturbing me. You're distracting me. Okay. But what normally happens is that something happens. There's a trigger. Somebody does something, or they don't do something, or they say something, or they don't say something. Something happens, and there's this reaction.
Yeah.
And the knee-jerk thing to do is to go stop it, try to stop the thing, try to fix the thing, try to make the thing go away, make the bling.
Change the thing.
Change the thing. Like somehow, like stop it so that I can resume my natural, peaceful way. However, it's like a red flag when we find ourselves going, zip it, zip, 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 trying to do anything external. That's like red flag, I'm disturbed. Because if I was truly connected, I would watch this go by and go, oh, isn't that interesting? Like a little parade, a little cartoon parade of things going by. And my center is more important. There's nothing worth giving up my center over. So it's not like, yeah, but he said this or she did that. So no, is that worth losing your peace over? No. So the game is to become undisturbable. And I know this isn't a sexy word. I know some people hear me talk about this and they go, can we just use a different word? But you know what?
Yeah, I like the word.
It works.
It's what it is. It's the most truth of it. That's the biggest truth of it.
Yeah. Exactly. So I was sitting there listening to this and I had this massive aha because I was aware of how there's times when I can be mellow yellow. And there's a song that goes with that, but I won't sing it. I can be totally chill. Like one of our previous episodes, I can be naturally a chill girl for 5 minutes every once in a while. But I know that I can also sometimes, especially when it comes to my husband, I can be a reactivity machine. Like a and I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be that person. There's habits that form around that. So I thought, I'm going to practice being undisturbable. So I shared this with a few of my friends, and a few of them have been working with me every month. We kind of have a challenge, and who can be the most undisturbable by the end of the month wins a prize of some kind, whether it means you go to lunch or you need to get in on this. So every single day you get a letter, and this was probably subliminally inspired by your A to Z, because you get one letter of the alphabet for every day that you go through the entire day without acting out from a disturbed place.
Oh,
and this doesn't mean that you don't get disturbed, because it's going to happen. You're going to get disturbed, but it's the acting out from that place that is the key. So you can go, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that because I'm disturbed. I'm going to wait until I'm calm And then I'll say something if I'm moved. Because the truth is, and this is the last thing I'll say about this piece before I pass the talking baton to you, I find that I think I need to say something. Like I need to put that person in their place. I need to tell him. And the truth is that no, if I'm coming from a disturbed place, I'm just adding more drama to the drama that's already there. And it makes it worse. And 99% of the time, in my experience, I don't need to address the thing. I just need to, in some way, the withdrawal of energy sends a message like, and then they can figure it out. They meaning Dana or whoever is in my world, if they've truly done something. But in the silence, I get to re-plug into my spiritual umbilical cord, and then find my own peace, and then see what, if anything, I'm moved to do. And that's the practice. And it's not easy, but I'm finding all kinds of new things that I used to be upset about that I'm not upset about anymore. And the best part is Dana and I have been so much more loving. I have had so much more joy, much more love, much more depth, because there's not like this unconscious fear that the other shoe's going to drop.
Right.
It's not going to drop if I don't drop it.
You got the power.
I got the power. Okay, so how does undisturbability show up in your world? How does this work for you? And do you want to join my little challenge?
I want to join your challenge. I desperately want to join it. I think
we have a new cycle coming up in a few days.
Okay.
Okay.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
You had told me about this, and I think you first mentioned it to me when we were in Teotihuacan, Mexico, for anybody who's watching. Mm-hmm. And it was a perfect place to say it, because that's all about, digging into all the core of everything and letting go of anything that might be crapola. And right. I came home and I've been working on it all the time. So I was sort of working with you girls. I just wasn't really telling you about it. And it goes well, but it was interesting because lately I've been more disturbable than ever. And I know why.
Why?
It is because I'm outside of what my routine is. Like I have a routine, a life routine, and what I do, and I'm really spoiled. And I just have a nice life. I wake up, I go, what do I want to do? And then I do it. But lately I've had more responsibility than ever. And so I've had to put on a hat that is not my own. It's like a different hat, and keep it on from the time I wake up all the way to the time I go to bed, and spend no minutes doing anything else, but never having joy. And
my God.
I'm a joy junkie. I have it every single day. And what I found is when I got to like day 7, I was so tired. There was a point where I had a friend come in and they were bitching about something. They were just yelling. And I ended up going, you just can't do that right now. Do you understand? But I said, you understand? Like I'm at the end of my whole rope, and you're doing that? And over what? And if anybody should be, it should be me, but I'm not.
So Who wants to give you a hug?
I know, and I needed a hug. That was exactly what I needed. So the funny thing is that I've been so good about not being disturbable, but I know that when I don't get my whatever it is, it's that goji juice you like to drink, or that nice walk you like to take, or the hug with the dog, or whatever, when I don't get those things, and addition, plus I'm exhausted, then I find, and it's not too bad, but I've had 2 or 3 times where it's like, oh gosh, and it wasn't even where I let it out with anyone else, but by myself, I think I might have a nervous breakdown. I might lose it because I couldn't, focus, or, my brain was just like, this isn't who I am, and this isn't what I do. So that's when ruffle that. And then I have someone like you have Dana, I have my daughter. She provides my disturbable stuff.
That's so nice.
Yeah. Isn't she sweet? I mean, there are teachers, right?
Yeah.
That's why they're there. But I do find that if I don't have my sleep, and I don't have just that minute to recharge, then I'm more susceptible to it.
Right.
Raw.
Makes me think of the halt thing that they talk about in 12-step programs: hungry, angry, lonely, tired. It's like, that's the checklist. If you're any of those things, then just pause, get those needs met if you can, and then you, it's like, don't act out from that place. But there's times when we do have, like, where we're out of our comfort zone, and where we're just having to, when it's unexpected. And I mean, I think we can all be, I don't know. I mean, it's a miracle that we're as loving and as kind as we are. I don't know.
But I was thinking of you though, Kelly, because I was just thinking, and it was today or yesterday, I was thinking, she is so good about this not disturbable thing. Like, she just doesn't seem to get really pissed off. I've seen you pissed off before, but it's never at me. I mean, like, you know, you're pretty good with me. But I mean, like, just, it's like you seem unruffleable. You know, no one's ruffling you. And I'm like, wow. And I was just marveling at that.
Oh my God. Okay.
When you said you want to talk about this, I said, wow, that's some good timing.
Ooh, okay, that's a miracle, and I appreciate that, because I definitely am ruffleable, but I feel like I think the most exciting piece of this, like the phenomenon of this, is it gives me hope about every single thing in my life that I think it should be changed or could be up leveled or upgrade. It's like, wow, we have more control than we realize. I have more control than I realize. There's certain ways of being that with concerted effort, there can be little micro changes. I was listening to a TED Talk, and it was all about this. And I was like, oh my God, talking about how tiny little baby micro pattern interrupts are the way to make massive change. So playing this silly little game, which it's a game. I mean, it's not like high stakes. It's like, it's really just this kind of a fun social thing, but it makes me think. And I'm committed to walking my talk. Mm-hmm. I want to be one of those people that puts out a message of love and kindness. And I want to live that way as much as I can. And it hurts me, those moments when I don't. And I feel like I want to clean that up as much as possible. And instead of just accepting, well, this is just how it is. It's not how it is. We're habit makers. We are all creatures of habit. And I feel like there's this new habit that's being formed. When I do get disturbed, it stands out.
Yes.
It's not just like a no big deal. It's not like oh, whatever, he deserved it or she deserved it. No. Whatever. It's like, okay, that was like, I lose a point today. Oh, you know? So I'm creating a new groove.
Yes, I'm 100%. That's what I've been like, because I've been so calm, especially coming back from Teo. It's been pretty nice, just pretty nice. So the couple of times, I mean, I can point them out so cleanly, because it's not there. I'm usually just pretty chill. And I even think I see other people getting disturbed, and I think, wow, you got disturbed over that. I mean, I'm just not nothing's
right.
messing. So when it can be red light, you know, there it is.
I was recently around someone who I was seeing myself in, because it felt like it didn't take very much to have her go off. And I was observing it like I was an anthropologist, like I was really curious, like, what's going on? And I could feel the dopamine like coursing through her veins. I could feel the negative pleasure and the righteousness. I could feel the pleasure that she was getting from this, even though it was hurting her and hurting everybody. It's addictive. It's seductive. It is hard to break. And it's like a drug. If that's your drug and you need it to feel alive, then you have to keep creating situations that stimulate that, even if they're not really there, even if they're way not worth it. But to me, that where I'm sitting, I'm seeing that it's counterproductive. It's a waste of energy. It hurts relationships. It diminishes trust and closeness, which is all the stuff that we want. That's like all the good stuff. And it's so easy it's not easy. It takes work, but it's simple to go, oh, that's my part of the equation. I swear to God, I would have thought that any bit of drama in my life was not about me. Like I'm fine, but I'm realizing how I'm the common denominator in all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the good news and the bad news.
Hey, the realization's the best though.
Yes, and but wait, there's more. And on the next video, maybe we will talk about like the place where it gets to the 2.0.
To the 2.0. What? You know what? That sounds like a good plan. Let's tell people how to get a hold of us. We are the Spiritual Girls in a Material World. Not sure if we told you that, but you can find us on Facebook. And we have our own page, Spiritual Girls in a Material World. Woo! Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
And you can go to kellysullivanwalden.com and nancytelzero.com. And it's a Zero with an OW, like a row your boat.
Like Zorro, but with a W. Which reminds me, I had a dream about Antonio Banderas last night, but that's another topic for another day.
I love it. You know what? We welcome those dreams, don't we? Speaking of Dr. Dream, she's got a Facebook page. It's Kelly Sullivan Walden, Dr. Dream, and it's spelled doctor out. So you can go to that page and like it, and you can go to A to Z with Marilyn and me, and that's my page. And we're on Twitter, and namaste, namasko.